I just love the relief of not having to compete. I just love being a spectator now. I'm such a huge fan of the sport, and I still watch everything. But, oh, here we go.
Well, let's see what Florence can do here to get rid of that 7.83. All out on the first section.
Holy
and
hammer.
He's going to pull it back under his feet and add more down the line here. This wave's got another big wall standing up, and he just blows the tail right through it. And there is the scream. John Florence hasn't really had a whole lot to celebrate on his road through to this point in the competition, but he is starting to let the emotion out.
So far, John, it's a good-looking wave standing up for him. Throws everything in that section. Just, I don't even know what you call it. It was like a re-entry hack off the lip with a bit of layback thrown in there. Comes all the way through to the inside and just hammer time.
Big score. We allowed to guess them.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to go at 9.63.
I might be going bigger than that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Nuggets drop here. It's perfect surfing to me. It had that radical element.
What do you got for us? What do you got for us, mate? Take it away.
It's 10 points. You guys, that's huge. Okay.
A perfect score for John Florence.
I couldn't fault it.
I mean, he took off on that second wave, and that carve is as good as it gets. But, you know, he can do that turn without risking the ride. A lot of people can't, but there he threw it all on the line on that first move. And the power displaced on that final section was some of the best we've seen.
It was just the perfect moment in that heat.
Gabriel Medina, looking forward to seeing the kind of form he's carried through this season on these right-handers already. A couple of big hits on the outside. Looking very strong here on this opening ride. And that will be the best of it for the opening exchange. Work and just how the trends have been so far. You'd expect a good score for that second wave as we get back into couple of live rides here. Matson on the backup board. He likes the feel of it. Loving his own work.
Absolutely.
As Ethan, in response, digs hard there. Very committed. Turn to kick this right off. Backing it up now with a nice sequence of turns. This is looking like excellent stuff from the Queenslander. That first turn, I mean, just when you think it's all smooth, syrupy stuff, he just pushed hard on that tail.
This is Ethan's one. Leaning back, and the variety of turns that Ethan's got out here. That one just a classic re-entry, and holding the rail through that one on his third. So speed, power and flow, just absolutely going to town on this one. Oh my God. Maybe the best turn of the morning, apart from maybe Gabby's backside attack running.
Oh, that's the turn of the morning, that one. Just how deep he drives off the bottom to set up that really, tight, critical turn. Love it.
Wow, the arc that he's turning within. He gets on top of his board here, and look, there's no downtime. He's just eyeing off that next section. It's so difficult to do here on this tight, fast right-hander here at Margie's. And you're looking at a slab of reef at the end too. So it is intimidating, but these guys really ironing out any kinks that this lineup has.
Great variety on show. Numbers rolling through. Excellence from Ethan Ewing. A 9.5, moving so much water. Did he get your Kipes?
Yeah, that from the water level, Ron, so impressive to watch the body mechanics, the technique. Ethan Ewing seamlessly putting those maneuvers together.
Tommy Whitaker, the 2008 champ here at Margaret River, loving his job coaching world #1 on both sides of the tour for Kade and Griffith Colapinto. A couple of nice clean decisions on the back end of Italo. As we see Callum Robson now with some glassy open face here at main break. Digs in with that beautiful carve. Drills it in the pocket. And now end section approaches, and Callum's got a ton of control. Nice read again for a little whitewater snap. A nice, quiet, humble claim.
But this is the way prior to that. So good-looking right-hander here. Italo jams it in the pocket, nice and tight. And the radius of these backhand turns. Powerful combination on the backhand. Caio Ibelli driving hard off the front foot, and then just really putting the pressure there through that carve. All the way through to the inside. Best wave of the heat so far. Gets to the finish. Really good pace on that wave for Caio. Just very patient. Placement of the maneuvers, absolutely perfect. A great rail carve as the water texture just changes ever so slightly now. A little bit of bump on the face now as the wind switches. Caio, always reliable. Clean snap, slight tail release off that one. Sets up these inside manoeuvres here. Tucks that back leg in, gets nice and low, gets the tail release again.
Know how shallow it is as well, coming into that end section on the right. It's not an easy section and can be sometimes daunting.
Oh, this guy, Freddie Morais, talking about frontside calves. You know, that's his bread and butter. That's what he's used to get himself big results in the past. Clean combination to start this right off and a strong finish.
Jacob out the back.
Live action, good size set wave here for Willcox. Just a smooth backhand carve to start and then absolute fire on the second turn. Really unloaded there. He was looking to dump a 7.17 to increase his scoreline. But Matty McGilvray still looking pretty good at this point in time. Jordy Smith after a big number and he's lining one up here. Well positioned. Let's see it. Up into the first section. Great swoop to get started.
Oh.
Even better the second turn. Great combination here for Smith. And this is going to get him back in the heat. 8.77's what he's after.
That was beautiful. That was really beautiful to watch.
As Liam's on the next one. Running down the line and just frames up a nice clean finish. His opener was a 5.5. Which had to feel good because you could tell he's got a lot of room to move.
I'm not sure what this board's going to do. I'm not connected with it.
Yeah, but nice having your brother where your quiver gets a lot bigger if you can ride similar dimensions. Watching a Leo Fioravanti carve, hit the lip line, winding up for a big whip off the top again. Solid power surfing from the Italian. And he'll create some space for one more snap and a celebration for number 46, Snake.
A really important wave there for Leo. Needed a 5.84.
We were all pretty new on tour, and you started talking about Taj, and you started going, hey, there's this kid from home that is mind-blowing. You wait till you see him. We're going, who is this kid? And then, within a couple of years, Taj was everywhere.
Yeah.
Love that. 4:30 on the clock. Rolling in is Liam O'Brien with that chip from the Whitewater and throws down one of those cool-looking carves, all rail, leaning back, fluid with that tail slide off the coping and right into a wrapping cutback.
Well, I tell you what, interesting decision from Miguel there, needing a 7.17.
Now moving on to the next one, we've got Fioravanti throwing down that quick little redirect on the open face, a little under the lip on the lean back, draws some water off the top again, hacking in a ton of different maneuvers, and he will shut it down. So Miguel needing a 7.88 and Leo trying to protect that second spot with 1:40 to go.
Interesting. I don't know whether Leo's going to improve.
Leo did. Miguel up again, and he needs it still third now, but needing a 9.06. Hits it hard, stomps it, puts both arms up. He's going, come on. Put me closer to what I need. A 9.06 for the Brazilian is what he needs.
All three of these competitors are kind of having a hard time setting that rail through that first turn. As a result, we've got some pretty compressed scores. Sally Fitzgibbons went to the air earlier on. She's got a big section here to deal with. And she's going to hang on, is she not? Yes!
Unreal.
What a move from Fitzgibbons. Completely unpredictable. I mean, the air, it showed some progression, something that Sally's constantly working on.
Accustomed with that single turn excellent range score, but she's proving us wrong here at the in the highlight years of her career.
Well, have a look at this one too for Sal. Another quality wave. She'd already put a 7.37 on the board, and this one might be better than that. Fitzgibbons struggling for rhythm early on. She certainly took a lot of rides to find it.
As we watch Heazlewood commit to his first wave of the morning. The Australian Goofy Foot lights up that first section. Also on the Channel Islands equipment. Clean re-entry off the lip line. Heazlewood knifing it and will shut that one down with another inside hack right above the bricks. Great series of backside turns for Reef getting on the board.
But yeah, I mean, looks like John's having a little bit of a sniff here, so let's see what he can get done.
John Florence kicking things off in the round of 32 as he lays down that rail. An incredible forehand hook, sweeping it in the pocket again. 2 huge power moves, then belts it vertically and shuts it down with a dagger of a finish. That is just vintage Florence at main break. Silva with a backhand bash and a claim to fire himself up, dealing with, and after a long wait, Florence needing a 6.67. A cool slingshot. Florence wrap into an absolute hammer on the open face, belting it off the lip again. More room on the tail end, and after sitting for almost 25 minutes, Coach Ross Williams happy that Florence was being tested and got an A+ for patience and performance.
Yeah, I've just been so impressed already with what I've seen from John, so I think that takes his total up to 46 excellent waves now at line break.
Exactly. I was just flooding through my scribble notes there. I think you're spot on. 46, entering this contest with 44 at main break. As we look at David Silva, who's been patient as well, hacks it in the pocket. Big section there, floats through it, right into a transition off the bottom, super smooth. Showing the judges that he has control for as long as he can before getting bucked off.
There's a couple more lines start rolling through the lineup here. Things are looking really good here this morning. That sun hitting the lineup.
Now seeing Gabriel Medina now in the priority heat, pushing a little bit more on that turn for the slide, and then really punctuating the lip line, throwing some power under the lip, and now celebrating. That was the rhythm he was hoping for. His previous wave of 5.93, but Caio, as you're noticing from the water, he's just heating up. Those are the matchups that you dream of. Rivals going head-to-head. 2 guys that motivate each other so much on the tour. We'll have a matchup at main break. This time Medina, the defending event champ, as we've got an important turn out of the way for Miguel Pupo. Stalling to find the pocket, crushes it there. Deeper off the bottom and throws down a beautiful backhand snap. All finesse and flow from Miguel. And he celebrates that one. A lot of passion, a lot of fire from the longtime veteran, chasing a 6.67 to go for the lead against Kanoa Garashi. Him just leading our sport for so many years. As we continue on with the round of 32, George Pittar, the wild card, throw down a cool down carve. And then slides it with control on the next opportunity. Big vertical whip, ton of variety from George. And a full whip to finish and a clean dismount. Trying to track down a 7.94 to take the lead off Haushi.
And then straight into live action.
Big whip on the backhand of Willcox, and punishing that section with another big vertical blast. Another one of those taller, goofy foots, really flexible, a lot of range. He covers so much ground, and yeah, a ton of speed into those key points on that wave.
And so we have another look at Jack. Whew.
Wow.
Whoa, holy moly.
Considering we've had so much wind here, sort of inviting the surfers to take to the air, I think ramps have been hard to come by, but Jack tapped into a beauty here. And he has got himself a big score on his second ride now.
Oh, that was so critical. First big section that wave had to offer, and Jack just absolutely put it all on the line. And look, he has done that a fair few times before out here. I've been witness to a few.
I bet. Yeah, well, he used that big front side air to good effect to claim a victory here.
However, I understand there's so much at stake here.
Here we go. We're going to get things started now. And it's Gabriela Bryan who's going to get into the first ride here. Drawing off the bottom into the pocket. Big carve to get started. Great rail work. As to be expected, as she rolls through, gets some more work done on the inside before the wave shallows out and comes to a close. So fought for the inside, made it count. And we'll see what kind of number she dishes up here. Obviously good enough to win her events, but her competitive edge this year has really helped her get consistency in her results. She's been so impressive with the decision making, and she's onto another good ride here.
Wow. Kind of looks like she's going to have a look at this one here.
Sawyer not wasting any time. This left kind of stretched out, but she is able to throw down a beautiful carve, closeout section, drills it, celebrates. A nice, tidy combination of maneuvers.
Wow.
Clutch surfing there from the rookie.
So looking for something a little better, but so Sammy got the first wave of the set here. Opening carve down off the bottom. I like this second carve. Holds that rail line for a little bit longer. A quick snap in the pocket. So all the varieties there. A nice wrap with some tail release. And all the way through to the inside. You'll notice the booty on the back foot of Sammy's, on Samuel there. That's from that injury the other day. But a great carve down here. Driving hard off the bottom. Watch this, holds it, drags it all the way around.
Oh.
Now he releases, transitions onto the toe side rail. Smooth bottom turn. Tight pivoting turn there. Almost does what we call a little pizza throw with the arms.
Liam O'Brien incomplete. Let's see if the wild card will make him pay for that.
Wow.
Clean rail work from George Pittar.
Wow.
Lights up the lip again. Big vertical passing O'Brien, and looks like he's going to throw everything at the finish. His only mistake on the fall.
Oh, wow.
But sometimes it's so hard to blame him for falling on that end section, one of the toughest sections in the world to finish on your feet with the bricks showing up.
You can feel that pressure building, and Seth's not going to waste any time out the back. He's going to get surfing, digs in on the first turn, trying to save his place on this tour. Huge floating re-entry.
Wow.
And in a heat ridge that's been short on highlight manoeuvres, that stands out.
Yeah, it does. Big final section.
Speaking on finals day as we take another look at Imai's way, Flick.
Yeah, Imai used his priority there in the priority heat. Goes up for that first turn. This is his 883, sorry. So we're just having another look at this one. A couple of critical turns there. And 8.83, massive number for Imai. As we break this one down here, just straight up into the lip, super critical, and the nose of his board almost fully went underneath the water there. Such a hard section to hit, I say that. Early in the morning, there's just so much power, so much, it's just so powerful right now. This is the biggest swell we've had in the waiting period, and those two turns were just hyper-critical. That last one there, you don't get any more critical than that, so 8.83 for Imai.
Recover from it there without priority, just up and out. Jake Marshall, change of equipment, and pulled in under the hood on the takeoff. That's got to be Jack Robinson. The local boy can find barrels no matter where he is on this coastline or across this planet. And there's something about getting barreled at main break that is such a beautiful surprise. All about great positioning, and Jack still enjoying the elation of going inside the wave here at Surfers Point.
I agree, and let's have a look at this one again. This is just so well done. Timing, timing comes to mind. It does not get any more perfect than that. Let's just have a look at this. Goes straight up into the lip here. Hard thing to do at main break, Margaret River. Super critical. You can't get any more tighter in the pocket. Gets a little bit of release on the fins there. Comes down with this, eyes up this second section. Now this here is just perfect. I mean, it's just so beautiful to watch.
Last score for George, a 7.33, 2.83 before that, as he leads over Griff. Here's John into his first hook with that higher line down to the bottom, and a big layback blowtail. Florence picks himself back up for a radical finish.
Wow, that was super, super entertaining.
And gets on top of it, but doesn't make too much of it. Meanwhile, George Pittar gets funneled on the outside. And can he finish this one off to get rid of the 3.17? Nice turn there. Up over it, and does get clear of that white water, so that will improve his heat score total.
Brett Power and Britt Merrick celebrating there. That's their boy.
7.1. Here comes Jordy Smith. Live action. Needs to fight back now. Needs a 7.11. Certainly got the turns to do it. Big section here. Jordy absolutely smashes it. Kicks that tail. And he's in celebration mode for good reason. He threw everything at it then. This is turning into a fantastic quarterfinal heat. Seth up again. Nice clean section here.
Yes.
Draws that rail turn from top to bottom, up into the pocket again. Pushing hard on the tail with each of these moves, and a really strong finish. Great combination. Two surfers on fire here on finals day, fighting it out for a place in the semis. But Robson eyeing this one off. This will be a shot at it. 40 seconds to go. The crowd on their feet and making plenty of noise for the local boy from Margaret River. Big section standing up. Hammers it. Gets the finish. Is it a 7.34 though?
She'll use that into her top two. She's chasing just a 2.85. Here comes Lindblad, the rookie from San Clemente on the windup. Nice, clean backhand snap. And goes under the lip again with an airdrop and controls it. Sawyer Lindblad fighting for her spot on tour in a must-win situation and pulls together an incredible two-turn combination.
That was massive.
Yeah, we're only seeing Italo today on the backside, and here goes, wow, Sawyer, big re-entry here, and lines up this next one, and gets some air under the board as well, and she stands true. That one would have felt incredible. Have a look at this, the commitment. Throws her body into the turn, rides out of that with so much speed, no downtime. Looks at this section, goes up again, a steeper section, and have a look at this. Almost completely vertical.
Wow.
Airdrops down, disconnects with the board, rides that with control. That's going to be a really, really good score for Sawyer Lindblad.
Even with her loss earlier in the event, she's had 2 wins already at Pipeline and also at Bells Beach. 3:30 on the clock. Rolling into this one is Gabriela Bryan. Faded the takeoff, fits in a nice snap to start, chasing some clear water, late for the climb, but gets up there and pulls it off. Good to be home for Jack Robinson as he's rolling in now. Big bottom turn, a big open face hook for the local boy. Driving off the bottom, hits the lip and rides away. Massive two-turn combo for Jack.
By the time he sort of completed the wrap, the wave started to cup out under him and he managed to stay engaged with the wave.
Here goes Jack, double grab punt to kick this one off. Right into a wrapping cutback. This man is feeling the energy of Wadandi Buja. Surfing really strong. And now throwing out some high-performance maneuvers. He even lands that over the bricks. High fives for his camp downstairs from Maddie Benrose and Leandro Dora.
Incredible display here. This one looked a little bit ripply, a little bit wobbly, but Jack just went straight to the air like he did in 2022, just putting that point of difference between him and John. Really critical, straight to the air on the first maneuver, plays through it here, the inside, and he knows he needs a finish. He's not going to go crazy. Let's just jab it in the pocket here. A little bit tricky there, rides on out, and I just love how risky that was right there.
Geez, that's a real good indication of how much height he actually got. He was 6 foot in the air, sort of took to the air like the carve off the bottom, was done halfway up the face, got the grab, stays perfectly centered over his board while he's in the air. Did not skip a beat, going straight into the next bottom turn, into a big wrap. And this is that variety that Jack delivers constantly.
Demi absolutely loves it, doesn't miss a heat, and just great value. Makes you laugh every time you talk to him. Priority with John, 8 minutes to go. Can he come back? Needs a 10. Drives off the bottom. There's that first hook. Crowd silent upstairs. Watching the wrap in the pocket again. He needs something big. Gunning for the ramp. Tail high. Reverse. It's